I told you this year will be a very eventful year from April onwards. And that every time we want to do something new that has not happened in the past. This is the second of the event that we are talking about. The last one you all attended. Dr. Sumit Sharma is a chemical engineer. He is a gold medalist from the Mumbai University and master's degree in management from University of Illinois, USA. Doctorate in the unique science of neuro-linguistic programming. He is the vice chairman of Pan Asia Global Group, a 57 years old conglomerate of industries into water, waste management, equipment, project consultancy, global commodity trading, education, IT, ITES, biotechnology, and healthcare, etc., with presence in over 18 countries. Dr. Sumit looks after the group Asia Pacific region operations headquartered in Bangalore. His office is on the way to the He is also a corporate trainer. Last 15 years in several management related subjects for executive development and personal transformation using NLP as resource tool and has a credit of training over 250 corporates and 15,000 individuals. This division is run under the name and style of Utopia Learning. He is also master trainer of most healing sciences using Vedanta concepts in today's life. He has authored 7 books on healing, management and NLP and earned laurels in the press and education system. He joined Rotary in 1990, that is how I am connected. The past president of the Rotary Orchards and has worked at the district level in 2004. He is also a very active member in organizations like TIE, NRD, NXRD, Wiki, NASCOM, DMA, NIP. Married to Dr. Lalita, who is also a doctorate in alternative healing and author of 2 books, Director of Admin and Finance of the group. Blessed with the son, Samrat, who looks after the financial product and the trading business. Today, he will be talking on the subject attitude. The positive attitude will give you an altitude in that. So, you're rhyming very well. Before we ask Doctor to speak, I asked him this question. That which is the topic that you would like to talk about? And without the least hesitation and without any loss of time, he said, Ravi, it is all about attitude. And I immediately said yes. So today we are very much honored to have you here. Mine. And we have about 45 minutes. The tea break, we thought, he said we do it later. After that, about 46 minutes. Then we will give us minutes. Go back to work. Over to you.
Right, friends, a very good evening to all of you.
Good evening, sir.
I thought staff of Private Eye is very energetic and enthusiastic. So I am going to wish you a good evening again, and I want a very loud and enthusiastic good evening. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Good evening, friends.
Good evening.
That's better. Not as from my style. Shake this thing down. Anyway, before I start, let me first of all thank my good friend Ravi for having given me the honor to come here and speak to you on a topic I think which is known to us, essential for us, but we hardly know much about it and we hardly practice it. So I am going to put some thoughts on this topic today, share with you some of my findings for all over years which I have worked in the business as well as in my education. And the talk is not going to be a dry talk. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. And I participate in the whole thing. Later, of course, we can ask you any number of questions. Today, I shall pick up threads about positive attitude from the times of apartheid in the US, when black people were not treated very well in the US. All of you know the times where blacks were considered as something inferior and whites were considered as somebody very superior. I'm talking of those times. And things were not so good during those times. And it so happened, some children were playing in a garden, kind of a park, open park, public park. And the children were playing, and there were one guy selling some gas balloons. And the children were, taking those balloons and leaving it in the air. There was some black boy, small Negro boy, watching this thing from far away. He was even scared to go to the park because maybe he'll be beaten up by others, or I don't know. And he went slowly to the person who was selling the gas balloons. He asked him, "Sir, I saw so many children taking green balloon, blue balloon, red balloon, and they were leaving it in the air. Gas balloon goes in the air. So, will a black balloon also go up? Will a black balloon also go up?" That was the question. Although the owner was, the fellow who was selling the balloon was slightly clever fellow. He said, "My child, it is not because of the color of the balloon goes up. It is what is inside the balloon because of which things go up." See the inferiority complex the child had developed as to how black people are. And this Negro boy, can you give me any guesses who could it be?
Martin Luther King.
Very good. It was Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. speciality is that he started his apartheid campaign at a very young age. And he was one of the youngest person to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. And he has done yeoman of service to the American black community, and he is still remembered for his speeches and his famous speech of "I have a dream. I have a dream of America, of having people that my poor children should be recognized not by their color, but by their character." So these are the great people, friends, who have lived in our history, who have become great not because of anything, sorry, but because of what? It's a participative talk. Because of what? Right. Only Ravi will not answer this question. And Ravi sir, with your permission, those who answer questions right or wrong, we give them a prize. Okay. Okay. Man is, and where is the attitude? Can somebody tell me where is the attitude? Where does it lie in your body? Where is the attitude? Huh? Very good. Give him a big hand. Your good name, sir. Man is mind and mind is man is what Swami Chinmayananda said. That if mind can be brought under control, I think our entire life can be brought under control. Yes or no?
Yes.
Again, so participate talk now. You should answer yes or no, because I should know awake and alive. Because some people know, they say, "Oh, this 1 hour talk is very good talk, I can sleep and live." Isn't it? Because this is a security and vigilance organization, you are not allowed to sleep. Yeah? So this is 45 minutes is a very good chance for people to sleep, but I don't think so. After some time you will like to sleep. Good. Man is man and mind is man. Gita also starts with this shloka. Lord says to Arjuna, "Manaha evam manushyana karanam bandham mokshayo." He says your mind is the creator of all the problems in this world, and it also has all the solutions in it. Question is where you turn it. Do you turn it towards God, or do you turn it towards the devil? If you turn it towards the devil, there is no end to it. Our whole life has become what, friends? Negative media, negative paper, negative news, negative people. So what has happened is, our whole life is become, I call it as IO syndrome. What is this IO syndrome? You get up in the morning, I have to get up. That is a big problem in Bangalore. Cool place. Then you go to the office, your same office. Then in the office, your same colleagues. I would say same office. And then same work. And then you go home, same home. And some people and same wife. I by mistake mentioned this particular thing in a women's organization. And there were 65 women and only one man. Big danger, sir. That time I didn't know you, maybe I would have taken on security guard with you. So I mentioned it by default. Same wife, those people pounced on me. What you are talking, sir? Same husband only. So you must understand, friends, life has become, for most people, 99% I can challenge you and tell you these figures, it has become an IO syndrome for them. Only because of what? Same attitude. People's attitude towards work, attitude towards business, attitude towards their colleagues is the same. We run Kurukshetras in our mind. We remember what happened with somebody 10 years back. Isn't it? That is why all these Gita, Ramayana, Quran, Bible, they are all talking the same thing. Whatever religion you belong to, I am trained in all the religions, so I can take concepts from all the religions and tell you what is the actual meaning of that, what Christ is telling or what Prophet is telling. It's all the same thing. It can't be true. Do you agree with that? Yes or no? Yes. So important. So keeping this in mind, today, if one has to change his attitude, which I will come to it later, you have to first understand your mind. Then transform the mind. How to transform, that also will come. Last, transcend the mind. Transcending the mind means going beyond the mind. That's what happened with people like Buddha. Buddha was an ordinary prince. He was not a great fellow from day one. He wanted to know the truth. What is the truth in this world? So he went out. He had all the comforts. He had, and his parents were telling, why the hell are you leaving when you have all the comforts in this world? He asked only one question to his father. He says, can you answer these 3 questions? If you answer these 3 questions, I won't go. I'll be here. First question is, will I live permanently? No answer. Will this kingdom be with us all the time? For the rest of our life? Any answer? Will you, me and our family will be happy throughout the life, throughout the life? He says, for that only I am going out to do. And then he did penance and meditation for several years. And when he became a Bodhisattva, in Bihar, fortunately, in Gaya, there's still a place there. You can still go and meditate, and you from a Buddha, you will become a Buddha. See, all of us are Buddhas, no? But ultimately what you should become? Buddha doesn't mean becoming, renouncing and going. The challenge in this world is to be a karma yogi. Be in your work, at the same time be detached relationship. Krishna has talked very, very beautifully, and he has taught us those techniques and how to do it. But the question is, friends, today people are locked up in shlokas. People are locked up in concepts. Nobody wants to practice anything. So I tell people, knowing is not doing, but doing is knowing. If you do anything, you learn better. We know everything. Indians are the greatest experts in the world. I tell you, ask any Indian any advice. We can go on for hours together. But when you say, sir, would you like to join in? It happens in corporate scenario also. Corporate are very good advisors. Sir, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. You ask them a question, sir, would you like to join the team? No. Nobody wants to take responsibility in this country. Everybody wants to talk. Because fortunately or unfortunately, Pranab Mukherjee has not yet put the tax on talking. So, free mein maro, do bhi hai, no problem. All of you follow Hindi, na? Because I can speak all languages. But some of my jokes are in Hindi, so it should make an impact on people. So that is very important. One of the, I should say again, I am a very proud Indian, so don't misunderstand me. I am a very proud Indian. But do you agree, friends, that somebody called us, I don't know, or I should say in the reverse way. Indians win a gold medal always in Asian Games in one game. Which is that? In one game, every time we get gold medal. Hockey. Very good. Such a good answer. Anil, Give a big hand to Anand. Tell me why in Kabaddi we win gold medal. Nobody else plays, that is a technical reason. But the real reason is we are very good at pulling other people's legs, sir, not your own. साला तुम कैसे ऊपर जाएगा, तुम भी नहीं जाएगा, हम भी नहीं जाएगा. You are in the well, I am also in the well. That is the attitude of, I am sorry to say, in our country. And that's the main reason our country is not doing well. I am telling you friends, what is lacking in our country? What is lacking, you tell me? Nothing is lacking. It was a golden country earlier, it is still a golden country. But earlier enemies were outside. Now we have enemies inside. There is one thing which I am not included in my biodata, which I will tell you later. I am also friends the President of Anti-Corruption Committee for Bangalore. And we are fighting this for last 14 years. We are not talking just like Azhar, we are doing actual work. That's where I need your help. To create evidence in the court. We are catching people, yes. 2 दिन में निकल जाते हैं बाहर. On the court, no evidence. Or I don't know what is done with it. Friends, the situation is so alarming. It's something like, I don't know, some drastic figure somebody has told me, 2,65,000 crores is lying outside the country, which is all corrupt. किसका पैसा है? It is your money, my money, everything. If that comes back, forget about these roads, what you have seen. All the roads in India will be rubberized. Each and every person will get free education up to graduation. If that kind of money is available, this is the statistics. Maybe one day I'll speak on that. There is for the, I have beautiful slides on that which I have created. I give it to several companies where I give the vigilance officers. Educate them about how you can prevent corruption in the country. So somebody called us as a bunch of crabs. You Indians are a bunch of crabs. Tell me why. Tell me why.
Because crabs pull down each other.
Very good. Now what happens? Those of you from Kerala, you know that if you take crabs and put them in a tub, open tub, nobody covers them. You know why? Because not a one single fellow will go out. When he goes out trying, he will pull him down.
It's a joke on this. Also, it's a reality that you can, famous Indian was transshipping, he was transporting crabs. The ship owner asked the crabs to throw the lake. He couldn't throw the crab because no crab will allow any other crab to come out. Every crab is pulling down every other crab. There is the attitude of Indians.
So don't you think that is the attitude? See, today friends, if our politicians' attitude was to serve the country and make a progress of this country, do you think all of us would have been in this situation? Slowly that Kranti is coming. I am not saying it is not coming, but it will take time. It is a second independence for us. Earlier it was external. Now it will be a second independence which I don't know when we are going to get it. Really. But we have to still fight for it. We have to still fight. All of us are honest, but you want one small kata, you just try it. Go to BBMP office and say, my own kata, give me a printout. He will ask for 5,000. Bolo. Abhi his attitude was to serve you, to help you. Then it would have been different. In your own khushi, you would have given him 100 rupees. That is not corruption. That is you have given as a gift, I don't care. But somebody demands money in advance to do anything, that is corruption. There is a difference. So let's come back to our mind. Mind is full of what, friends? What are the negative energies within us? Tell me. Kama, Krodha, Lobh, Maya, Mada, Matsarya, Ahamkar. These are the 7 negative energies, negative emotions within us. All other emotions, all other, you can say behaviors arise out of this Kama, Krodha, Lobh, Maya, Mada, Matsarya. If we can take care of this, your human life, friends, is come for that purpose. You have to conquer these energies. Then only you are all potential gods. Do you agree with that? But most of the time we are behaving like devils only. Ramakrishna Paramahansa said, I don't know what is God. He said, I have not seen God, I have not heard God, I have not tasted God, I have not felt God. But let me start behaving like God. Let me start behaving like God. Let me start doing good things. Let me have, what is called as love, goodness, karuna, vairagya. These are good qualities in a human being. Godly qualities what we want. He started practicing that. And what happened later? Any of you from Bengal? Any of you from Bengal? So those of you who have gone to anybody's Bengali house, you will find Durga photo and you will also see Paramahansa's photo next to that. Why? Because he himself became God before he died. He became as good as God. And each one of us have that potential. The challenge given to us is to conquer these negative energies within us, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Maya, Mada. Mind is full of greed and mind is full of doubts. That is why, when I went through my Vedantic training, fortunately my gurus were very enterprising, very knowledgeable people, and they used to know about the recent things, not simply talking about something which happened 5,000 years back. That has got no meaning. Today let us talk of practicality. It looks very nice listening to those things, but can you tell me what happened today? So I used to ask him silly questions. So Swamiji, please tell me, how come anybody can have 10 heads? Ravana, how can he have 10 heads? Practically it is not possible. So what is the meaning of this? So he used to tell me very beautifully. He used to say, all the things in the mythology or these things are nothing but an indicator of the indicated, indicating the indication. What does it mean? It is a pointer pointing the pointed which is other than the pointer. What you see is not what it means something else. It means that our head is full of this Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Maya, Mada, Matsarya. Every time Ram used to hit one head, another used to come, crying, another used to come. Means today one doubt is gone, second doubt will come. One greed goes, another doubt. Somebody, friends, comes and gives you 1 lakh rupees. Will you be happy or will you be sad? See the question. Simply not, they don't even owe you money. Aake 1 lakh rupees diya. So there will be one set of people will be very happy. Other set of people will be very sad. They'll say, oh, it should be 5 lakhs. No. So upon that there is a small joke. And this joke is about one greedy person. And this greedy person is, he was an ordinary fellow. He was sitting one day very, very sad. It's about a guy called Mullah Nasruddin. Mullah Nasruddin is a Sufi character. A lot of stories are spun around him to make a point. And Mullah went to this fellow and said, Bhaiya, what is your problem? Why do you look so sad? He said, no, today what happened yesterday, my uncle passed away. So uncle passed away, I'm very sorry to hear. He says, no, the bigger problem is that he has left 10 acres of land in my name. 10 acres of land in your name, stupid fellow like you should be more happy. Why are you sad? He said, no, you won't understand this. ऐसा करते हैं, Mullah left him alone. Then another 10-15 days later, again he met him, again he was very sad. He said, Abhi kya hua? He said, no, one of my other uncle has also died. And this time he has not only left 100 acres in my name, he has left some 2 Rolls Royce and 3 Mercedes cars, and his palatial house he has left it in my name. He said, then you should be very happy, why are you sad? He said, no, you won't understand. ऐसा करके after another 1 month later, again he met him, and again he said the same thing, that something is happening. Now he said, what is your problem? You should be sad, you are such a rich person, you have all the property, all the money, everything you have, then why are you sad? He said, I am sad because I have no more uncles to die. After every joke I want to clap, otherwise no more. Greed is something, friends. Somebody said, human greed is greater than the Brahman itself. It's greater than it. All the stories you hear, Ravan was a Brahmin. He was a highly knowledgeable fellow. Ram, when he wanted to kill him, he got utterly confused. As a god, he could not kill him. Because his knowledge was not equal to the tapas what he had done. He was a Brahmin, he was a Vedantic expert, he knew all the Vedas like this. But what was lacking in him? Tell me. His attitude, Kama, greed, Krodha also, and Ahankar. He used to say, Ravana mein, everything. Today you find practical Ramans everywhere. You don't have to see them there. Anybody comes to political power, they will become a Ravan next day. There are movies also by the same thing. So we are talking of greed one side. Then other is Samshay, doubt. Head is full of doubts also. So for that also I'll tell you a joke, then you'll understand what I'm trying to say. Mullah Nasruddin's wife was a very doubting lady. Very doubting lady. So every time our friend Mullah used to come home, so he used to wear a coat. So she used to observe very carefully his coat. One day in his coat he found a long hair, very long hair. And she took that hair and showed it to Mullah. She said, Mullah, what is this? What the hell is this? Whose hair is this? This has to be a lady's hair. I'm sure you are having some affair with some lady. Mullah said, what at the age of 60, 65, what affair I'll have? Nothing is happening, even Viagra is not working. What affair I'll have? I'm sorry for my exuberant, I think all of us idols. What I can do, you are unnecessary, you are doubting very unnecessary. He said, okay Mullah, I am believing you, but next time I'll keep an eye on you. Anything happens, I'm not going to leave you next time. Mullah also forgot, she also. 15 days later, she found a white colored hair on his coat. She said, Mullah, now I'm not going to leave you. Now you are having an affair with a lady of your age only. Definitely you are having an affair. He said, what I can do? You want to believe that? They believe in what I can do. Karke that also. Now Mullah became little clever. So every day he used to come back home, he used to brush very nicely, and then only used to keep his coat. No hair, nothing. So 1 week passed, 2 weeks passed, 1 month passed. After 2 months also she could find one hair. Now she called Mullah again. Mullah, now this is too much. You are having an affair with a bald lady. So we must understand, there is no end to doubt, there is no end to dream. Do you agree with that? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
That is where we have to learn. We have to bring this. How to bring it under control, that also I'll talk to you. A lot of people ask me from where this negative attitude comes. Where does it come? Friends, it comes by your programming. From your programming of your mind. The science of NLP, in which I am a doctorate. With God's grace, I am the only doctorate in the world for that science. And this science talks only about the mind, it doesn't talk about anything else. There is no hocus pocus, there is no faith, there is no belief, no religion, nothing. It only talks about how the mind behaves and how to transform your mind using proper tools and proper resources. That's what I have been friends running workshops for the last 15 years. That is not my business. That is my busyness. It is not my profession. It is my obsession. That's why when people call me for a talk or for a workshop, I leave everything else and run for it. Why? Because God has given me that knowledge. Now it will be very selfish if I die with it. I have to give it back. Only when you give, you get, isn't it? That's why all the dharmas talk about dana, they talk about tithing, they talk about zakat. Why? If you give, you won't get. It's so simple. These negative attitude, friends, come from 3 E's. First E, your education. Second E, your environment. Third E, your exposure or your experience. Now let us say your education. Do you agree, friends, that if you are a child is from a good school, the values which are taught in the school will carry it lifelong? And I'm sure many of you can name some of these organizations where the children, if they come out of that school, they will definitely gems of the gems. One organization, Satyasai organization, Puttupatti, children who come out of that, you just can't shake them with anything. We need more of those organizations throughout India, which is, nothing is lacking in this. Your education makes a lot of difference. But today how education has become totally commercial. Child is weak, I'm sure those of your parents will be already facing this problem. Child is weak in some subject. You go to the teacher will say, okay, you come for tuition. Come for tuition, automatically you get better marks. So क्या हो गया? Our entire Gurukul system has gone to dogs. Children are the future of our country. We have to do something for them first. Education, environment. What is environment? If a child is brought up in a very good environment. Good environment means Parisa. The people are good, society is good. Suppose he is in a very hostile place, child. He will pick up the language of all what others are talking. Today, what is the fashion in nuclear families? Where mother and father are very busy in their work, and child is there. The entire child is being brought up by the maid. Sorry to say that. So maid, you know how they talk, what language they will use. Child also starts using the same language, and you will wonder from where they are catching the vocabulary. Very rupa nalla vocabulary they will be talking. Isn't it? You have to take care of that also. Attitudes are built up at that stage. We say in psychology, till the age of about 12 or 30, the programming happens. Don't think your children are fools. They are much smarter than you. You try arguing with a 5-year-old child, you will lose the argument. And they are observant, they are observing each and everything. They are observing you first because you are like God to them. And your attitude itself is wrong, then how can you blame the child? You yourself has got a habit of Agnihotra karma. Smoking has got Agnihotra karma.
I was just thinking what is right.
Agnihotra karma is smoking. And you are telling your son not to smoke. How it is possible? This is where the problem starts, the origin of the problem. And of course your experience. Your experience is, I work with that company, oh horrible company, horrible boss, horrible people, horrible this, everything is horrible. You start talking to some people, they will only be full of complaints. Isn't it? Anybody says no, previous company was very good. My previous boss was very good. Even see, everybody will have positive things, everybody will have negative things. Do you agree with me? But what we should look at? Only the positive. If you want something to learn in your life, look at the positive part of the life, not at the negative. So that is where, friends, your programming starts. Not even when the child, even after the child is born, but even before the child is born. That's why we say that when the lady is pregnant, that time itself, one should be very careful of what they talk around, how the behavior is. We call it, in psychology, we call it as schizoid structure. That's what's told in the Gita, as you know. Abhimanyu's programming started when he was in fetal state. So one has to be very careful, friends. So from today, friends, at least do me one small favor. Don't shout on your children. Don't give them all the frustration what people do, Husband comes to the office, dum from the office home, as if he has climbed Mount Everest and come. I'm sorry to use this word, even I do it, it's not something new with anybody. And he comes home, his office frustration, he lost today one order, or he didn't get one payment, he'll open the door itself by kicking as if he's a Pele, kicking the door open. Then he shouts at the wife. The wife is already busy and I know this fellow is coming. Everybody will keep quiet. Now where she will remove the frustration? No. First she will remove on the food, she will mess up the dinner. Okay, that is first. That is the first Baddha actually. It's all Gargar ki kahani, it happens everywhere. But I'm just bringing you the picture, replaying the picture, ki kaha problem, where exactly the problem. Then wife will remove the entire frustration on the child. You are like a father on this. You can't do anything. A child where he'll remove the frustration. He's with the maid 50% of the time. He'll kick her, he'll snap her, he'll take out all the frustration. And the fight will happen, he'll pick a very good vocabulary. And maybe if there's a dog in the house, he'll remove the frustration of the dog also. And what dog will do? He'll again go and bite the boss. So it's a cycle, it's like a karmic cycle. Everybody is. Now it has to come to a stop. Stop using wrong words in the presence of the children. My grandfather, when I was a small boy, he used to send me to buy some things from a small shop. Arey yaar jao idhar, आधा kg sugar लेके. I was sugar. Young energetic boy even now. I should run and drink. He said, एक काम करो यार, थोड़ा बिस्किट लेके. Then यार एक चावल लेके. I said, Nana ji, आप एक बार में क्यों नहीं बोलते? Why are you not telling me everything? Why are you keep on sending me? That time he did not reply to that. After 10 years he told me why I used to send you, At that time we were having argument, Granny and me were having argument. He didn't want you to hear that. Do the same thing with your kids. Never have argument, wrong things, wrong discussions, have it with them. You are like God to them. And if you behave like a devil, he will become a bigger devil actually. Do you agree with that? Yes or no? Yes, 100%. Let's have a clap for that. That will keep you awake. Very good. Now coming to the second reason is negative self-talk. What is negative self-talk? See, we may not be talking outside verbally, but all the time are we not talking to ourselves? And what are we talking? Just audit this talk. Most of the time it is a negative talk. We are talking, but that Sharad thinks about himself. He thinks he is Amitabh Bachchan. Just because something happened with that person 5 years back. Our mind, nature you must understand, mind is very happy in cursing somebody, depreciating somebody, not appreciating, depreciating, taking things which is from the past, hurry, worry and curry, it always rotates in that. Positive thoughts are not even 10%. 90% are negative thoughts, 90% we are talking negative to ourselves. This in Sanskrit is got a beautiful name, it's called as Vak Alambanam. Vak Alambanam, what you talk to yourself is very important, and Yamati, Sagati, what you talk to yourself is what you will achieve. Everybody talks about that. So I'll tell you something very beautiful. All the gods and gods, it's a conception. They are watching us from the heaven. There is no TV, no internet, no this thing, no. So they are very happy, they have no other work but to watch us. And they watch from the top, and as we are watching, they are noticing what are we talking to ourselves. So if we are talking to ourselves, Ayyo, I think I cannot do this, I don't think I will get promotion, I don't think I will get this money, I don't think I will get this order. What they will say?
I don't think so. You can't give what you want.
Tathastu! So be it. Amen. Amen. All the religions talk about the same thing. See, so beautiful. There is no difference between any. I have done a very beautiful comparison between all the three. The Prophet, Christ and Krishna are talking the same thing. Because depending on the demographics and economographics of the people, it has been misinterpreted and misled by politicians so that they can bring about this particular division between the people. The divide and rule started in India by the Britishers. Arey, you are a Bengali. Arey, you are a Kurgi. Arey, you are a Malayali. You cannot work together. And that is still continuing. Man is sitting on Mars, friends, not even on moon. But we Indians are still, अरे यार, बंगाली के साथ काम नहीं करते. किसी के भी साथ होएगा उसके साथ नहीं. कलकत्ता में नहीं बोलते. कलकत्ता में बोलेगा की बोलती है. की बोलती है. That's very important. Attitude has to change. Ultimately, we are human beings. Do we introduce ourselves ever to anybody as Indians? Where are you from? Bangalore. We'll say Bangalore, we'll say then Nagar will come to, but we'll never say we are Indian. Never. You go to America will say, who are you? I'm American. In Singapore you go, people are so proud of their country. You know, they're so proud of their country. That's why, you know, all those of you have been to Singapore, in every toilet it is written, don't flush the toilet, how much? $100 is the fine. The new Prime Minister came, he wanted to remove that $100. People told, no, don't remove that $100 because we want it to be stricter. We want our country to be clean. Don't remove that fine. In Singapore, if you cross the line, the traffic line, which we very well do every day, you cross it and show them. You know what's the fine? Does anybody know? Caning in the middle of the street. Bamboo cane होता है. And they give you at least 5 or 6 canes at the back. That mark will not go for the rest of the day. 3 times you do it, your license is cancelled. People say dictatorship. But people there say, no, it's discipline. I want my country to be very talked about everywhere. Why we can't do it? As I told you, nothing is lacking within us as a country. But when the head itself is like that, how can you expect the children to implement it? So that's very important. Today, Vakalambanam is what we talk, Tathastu. The second thing is the ego within us. What is the meaning of ego? Ego means what? Everything I, man. Bakris do that, man. That's why Lord Krishna says, Aham kare vimodhatma. He says a person who is an egoistic person is not a fool, but he is a bloody fool. Why is he a bloody fool? Because what is yours? You please tell me. What is yours? Can you tell me? People say, no. This property is mine. अरे ये property किसको बेच दिया तो next day it becomes his. Car is mine. No, you sell the car somebody else. Wife is mine. What do you do? You stop giving money, you see how she will run away. I'm sorry to use this, just to make it amusing. Because she has many choices. He doesn't.
I know.
Just as a joke, don't take it serious. Some people take very seriously. Just as a joke. What is yours? People say, no. My name is mine. What you are talking? Who gave you this name? Parents gave you this. I am so and so. I am postgraduate. I am PhD. Means permanent head damage. Or permanent heart damage. Both ways. Then somebody will say, no. Body is mine. What you are talking? Body is mine. Where are you in your body? Tell me, where are you in your body? You will say, my nose, my ear, my eyes. My is a possessive genitive case in grammar. My means you are possessing something and you are not the owner of it. When you say my dog or my donkey, you are not the donkey, you are a possessor of the donkey. So where are you? And even if we talk about law, you try to commit suicide in Bangalore and you are unsuccessful. What the police will say? This, you are not allowed to commit suicide because this body belongs to government of Karnataka. Isn't it? You go to Tamil Nadu police will say it belongs to Tamil Nadu. So you can't even commit suicide in peace. Remember. So nothing is yours. That is why we put vibhuti here. Tell me friends. It's a deep meaning it has got. Ultimately all of us are going to become that 1 kg ash. So all your cash you have to forget because you will become ash or trash. Dono mein se ek ho. So don't have that is why the vibhuti is put to reduce your ahamkara, to remind you daily that you are only an ash, only an ash, only an ash. So for what are you having ego for what? So turn your ego. Learn to make any situation into a win-win situation. Yes or no? I'll tell you a story and then you will understand what I mean. There was a blind man and there was a layman. The blind man could not see, but he was a healthy fellow, very healthy. Layman could not walk, but he was a frail person. So what this blind person used to do is to carry that lame person on him, and they used to go places to places, village to village, and they used to be very good friends. And during their journey, they met lot of gurus, lot of good people. They learned lot of things. So what happened one day? They fought it. They said, I'm not going to talk to you. He said, I'm also not going to talk. And both started separately meditating under some tree. And because they had learned some good things from the gurus, suddenly God appeared in front of the lame person and said, what do you want? I'm happy with your prayers. What do you want? The lame person said, sir, I had such a good friendship with this blind fellow. He does not know the problem of lame people. God do one thing, make that fellow lame. Then that blind fellow was also doing very high meditation he was doing. God appeared in front of him. Yen Beko. That fellow also said the same thing. He doesn't know the problems of the blind fellow. God do one thing, make him blind. So what happened? Both became lame, both became blind. Now they could have done reverse also. This is called lose-lose situation. You are also not getting, I am also. Or what is win-lose? मेरा फायदा आपका फायदा कुछ नहीं, आपका सबका माल अपना. वो strategy I have not done. समझने वाले समझ गए. And what is lose-win? I lose you. Sacrifice the lamb, we call people who sacrifice. And what is win-win? You also benefit, I also. That's why, those of you who read Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, there's one chapter called win-win situation. But this win-win, Lord Krishna has already told 6,000 years back. He says, Paraspramavahe bhavyanta, Shreya paramavapyata. He says, Arjuna, wherever you go, whatever you do it in a win-win situation. You should also benefit, they should also. Even you're fighting with the war also, you're fighting as a Kshatriya, not as a brother and not as a son and not as a only as a Kshatriya. Do your best and leave the rest. I would say that. Do your best, leave the rest. Why are you worried? Krishna also says the same thing. Do your karma and leave everything else to me. But how many of us friends practice this? Reading is all nice. But mind has got one quality, friend. You go attend one lecture, you go and attend one workshop, you go and attend this thing. 3-4 days, mind will be very positive. Today you will go home and say, see, I learned some good things and everything. You start chanting slokas to your wife, I will get out of the 3-4 days you will be very nice. Then mind has got quality again to go back. That's why we call it NLP. You have to use a strategy called 3R strategy. Rename, reframe and retrain. Retrain your mind, retrain your mind, retrain your mind. Continuously keep on reminding it of its positive attitude. Every time. Satya Sai Baba used to say that if your hands lifts to slap somebody and it stops halfway, then I have achieved what I wanted. All of us are very good in fighting, no? Do you need a qualification for that? But who is strong? Person who is violent or who is non-violent? Gandhiji proved it, and the same Gandhian policies were practiced by Martin Luther. People got confused in the US. These people are not fighting. Instead of that, they are non-violent. That is what is doing. You have to keep on reminding your mind. A lot of people ask me, sir, okay, agree, chalo, I accept today that I have a negative attitude. Game ಮಾಡಬೇಕು solution ಕೊಡಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು. Correct, no sir? Solution ಬೇಕು. What is the solution? I want some suggestion. What is the solution? Right or wrong, I don't care. There is a prize waiting. Extra some. Yes. How to improve your act?
Take everything as a positive.
Huh?
Take everything as a positive.
You want to learn a technique? You want to learn a technique? I'll teach you this technique right away. You can take it home today. It's called SW, 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 SW. Any guesses? I put it in IT. IT fellow says software, software, software. Now see the funny. First SW stands for something will happen. Second SW stands for something won't happen. Third SW stands for some things will be waiting. Either way, last SW. So what? So what? I'll give you an example. Somebody goes for an interview to some company. He gets the job immediately. Something will happen. He goes to another fellow goes, doesn't get a job. What happens? Something won't happen. But something will be waiting, no? There will be a better job waiting for you. Maybe in private, I don't know. Either way. So what? So what? Heavens are not going to come down. We become upset, friends. We want life to run as per our way and not the life's way. We agree with me? We want everybody to behave your way and not their way. First, learn to accept things or accept people in life. God has made you different, yes or no? Everybody's fingerprint is different, no? Even from forensic point of view. That is how you catch people, no? That is how you catch. Everybody's DNA is different. It's not the same. So everybody is unique. You are a unique Atma. You have come on this earth to experience certain things, and till you experience those things, you keep on coming and going, coming and going. Punarapimarana, Puranapikarana, Puranapikarana, Jatarana. Is what the Veda says. Till you learn all your lessons, you keep on coming on this human life, you have to experience, because even God has to come down to learn on this earth. God on his own doesn't know anything. To come to, he wants to learn. A lot of people say, oh, God knows everything. I said, then why did God need, people like Ram, why did he need a guru? Anybody knows Krishna's guru? Purna Avatar. Purna Avatar doesn't need to be taught anything, but still he had a guru. Anybody knows the name?